Today we got the all-time college tournament. Now we have took some of the top colleges of all time and made their all-time teams. We're putting them all in a tournament together, a single elimination tournament, kind of like March Madness. It's not gonna be as many teams as March Madness, like the whole 64, just because there's not enough colleges that have a good enough all-time team to field a whole team that wouldn't just get absolutely blown out. So we cut it in half. So yeah, we're not doing the full March Madness, but this is kind of like a March Madness with all-time college teams. Now some of these first round games were blowouts. So I'm not gonna show highlights from every single first round game. I'm gonna show them from most of the games from most rounds. Before we do get to the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also drop a like on the video and let's get right into it. All right, so we started this tournament off with UConn versus LSU. You see them in the warm-up lines right here with Shaq, Pistol Pete, Ben Simmons. So it's a pretty good LSU team, pretty good UConn team too, with Ray Allen, Andre Drummond, Kemba Walker, guys like that. Game started off with Pistol Pete hitting the three, the assist from Shaq. Pretty crazy duo right there. I think Pistol Pete and Shaq were both pretty high overalls, the highest overalls on LSU. And then UConn came. Some of these guys, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know who just made that layup. I don't know the name of some of these guys. Like this Abdul Rauf guy, I've heard of him before kind of, but he was going off for LSU in this tournament, and they finished winning 81-69. Shaq did have 22 points, and Abdul Rauf had 20 points, 4 assists. See Pistol Pete with 14, shot 6 from 9 from the floor. And next we have the Arizona Wildcats versus the Washington Huskies. You know, two teams right here that kind of aren't very too exciting, nothing too crazy in those lineups. Brandon Roy comes down though, starts the game hitting a three-pointer. Markelle Fultz, little turnaround jump shot, Kobe fade. And the guy who always argues with Kendrick Perkins on ESPN, Richard Jefferson, gets stripped. Brandon Roy goes to the bucket with a dunk. They were up 7, and that kind of just continued the whole game. I'm not going to bore you guys with Arizona-Washington highlights. Arizona always chokes in tournaments. Washington's moving on to the next round. Now we're moving on to Marquette versus Texas. Two really good teams here, highlighted by Dwayne Wade and KD. Now we're picking this game up in the fourth quarter. 1-point game. Jay Crowder trying to take the lead. No, sir. Jay Crowder come down again next possession. Pulling it. I don't know who gave him the green light, but hey, he was just shooting it, and it worked out for him right there. Avery Bradley with the dime to the corner. Nope, stolen by the worst coach in the NBA, Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers hits Dwayne Wade for the dunk, and there's going to be a tie ball game. Marquette's up 2 at this point. Miles Turner ties the game up. Dwayne Wade gets those old man knees up there, barely gets the dunk in, doing the raise the roof celebration. That might have been a cool celebration when he was like in the NBA, but I don't know. That's an old head type of celebration right there. 3-point game though. Doc Rivers to the corner, Dwayne Wade, bang, tie game. Now Texas is down 1 point right now. They're not gonna hit the bucket right there, and they're gonna have to foul. Looks like it's gonna have to be game, but no, they come up with a clutch bucket, 81-81. Dwayne Wade to the hole, and the refs bail him out with a foul. Texas has to take a bad shot. That's going to be the game. So we got Magic Johnson and the Michigan State Spartans versus the Indiana Hoosiers. So a Big Ten matchup in the tournament. Started the game off with Oladipo driving to the hole, kicking it on a newbie, on a booty, whatever you want to call him, from the corner. Green light for 3. Miles Bridges, don't get this guy mad, going up for the layup. And then Steve Smith miss. I mean, guys, this game, when I'm telling you, this game had so many misses. Like, this was the lowest scoring game of the tournament. These guys just could not score. I mean, they were playing good defense, but it was 13-16 at halftime. Like, this game was hard to watch. But yeah, Indiana would tie it up right here, 16-16. But Michigan State went on a run and finished up that game, winning by 13 points. The next game was Memphis versus USC. USC versus Memphis was a high scoring game, and they finished within like the 118-115 range. It looked like USC was done, and then they came back, made it a 3-point game, but they're gonna miss that shot, have to foul, and that was gonna be the game. Next game, Georgia Tech versus Ohio State, and Ohio State was trailing for most of this game. We see Georgia Tech up 9 right here. I think they're up 12 at most, but we're in the fourth quarter now, right? Down 10. Evan Turner with the bucket. Greg Oden, I'm surprised his knees have still held up him this far into this game. Greg Oden scores 4 points in a row right there to make it a 2-point game now. Steve Smith misses a shot, or not Steve Smith, I don't even know who just shot that, but tie game. Jerry Lucas with the dunk right here in overtime. Overtime right here. Looks like that could be the stop to win the game. No, Bosch sends it to double overtime. Ohio State up 4 in double overtime. Jerry Lucas with a block again. Gave this guy the MVP trophy of the game. Greg Oden with the rebound. That was going to be the game. Now, this next game was an absolute blowout, 137-111. Wanted to show you guys highlights, but there was really nothing to show. It was just a blowout. So after the first round of games, here's what the bracket is looking like. We finally get to see, Kentucky, Duke, UNC with Michael Jordan play their first game. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, some of those first round games were blowouts, just like that Villanova-Oklahoma one. So not going to show every single game from the first round, but we're into the second round. Dwayne Wade was going crazy with these alley-oop dunks. And then he was doing crazy just around the rim finishing. I mean, he got his own rebound on prime Joakim Noah in college. Joakim Noah was actually kind of good in college, so that was pretty impressive. But yeah, Marquette's going to end up winning that game by 11. Then after the game, Jimmy, you're not slick with another reporter. Look at him trying to rizz up another reporter. We don't have a bubble in this tournament, so you're not going to be able to get into a hotel room like Rachel Nichols. And then DeMarcus Cousins, I don't know. That was the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. All right, so next we got UNC. Everyone's been waiting to see prime Michael Jordan play for UNC in this tournament, and he did not disappoint. I mean, he came out and scored like the first 10 points, I think it was, dunking on Shaq. Look at Jordan just sizing Pete up, takes to the hole, pulled up, fade, gonna hit that. I mean, Jordan was going crazy. Got him in the post right here, a little spin, little bucket. I think he scored 10 of the first 14 points, dunking on Bob Pettit, I think that was right there. I'm not too sure. And then Kenny the Jet Smith, the guy who always argues with Shaq and Charles on TNT, he was hitting some shots. And then Vince Carter hit a shot. You know how Shaq and Charles kind of always make fun of Kenny for not being as good as a basketball player as them. Kenny takes that personal. He got the chance to play against him in this tournament, and he was trying to go crazy. He had 15 in the third quarter, and there's a 3 right there. Jordan tying the game up. I know you guys can't see the scoreboard maybe for UNC because it's glitched. It's 53-51 LSU, and that dunk kind of sealed it. LSU went on to win the game, and yeah, it was a really good game. I wanted Memphis to get the home game, so I'm glad they did. They're playing Virginia. Memphis has that cool blue court, so yeah, they're playing Virginia, and then they have Ralph Sampson on the team for Virginia, and he is a problem. He's a glitch. There's really no stopping him around the rim. No one can really contest his shot. And yeah, Virginia went on to win by 6 points. Now, if you guys know 2K this year, height kind of matters the most than ever. So yeah, Ralph finished with 20 and 14. Next matchup was Michigan State versus Kansas, 2 blue blood schools led by Magic Johnson and Wilt Chamberlain. But it was a 20-point blowout. No highlights from this game because Michigan State was never close. And then another blowout in Kentucky, Louisville. Louisville ended up winning. And then we moved on to Ohio State, Oklahoma. Hopefully we can get a good game here. Michael Redd with the green bean 5 of Ohio State. Blake Griffin and Trae Young on Oklahoma, a scary duo if they both play like they did in college. Maybe not how they're playing in the NBA right now, but if they play like they did in college, a scary duo right there. Blake Griffin with the little post hook, 15-15. Greg Oden has made it, guys, a couple games into this tournament with his knees. That is an accomplishment with itself, and he won player of the game as Ohio State won by 4 points. And Duke was getting a little bit of a scare right here by Washington. Terrence Ross hits the tray ball. Down 2, Duke. Kyrie off the screen with the tray ball, putting him up 1 point. Grant Hill with the ball, hitting everyone's favorite player in college, Christian Laettner. And they kind of just went up 7 at that point. But Brandon Roy had a chance to hit the layup to maybe make this game a little interesting. He's going to miss, so Duke is going to go on and sneak by Washington with the win. Next game was the UCLA Bruins versus the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Now, this was going to be a really good matchup right here. 2 really good schools. That UCLA-Gonzaga game in real life was really good as well. But Kareem is a 92 overall, the highest player rated in this college whole roster that I downloaded. So Kareem had a lot to prove. So he had the sky hook right here to start the game off. Olynyk to extend the Gonzaga lead up to 4. And then Kareem with the spin finishing to bring the game within 2. But Suggs is going to come off the screen, extend the lead to 4, and UCLA was really never able to recover as Roy's going to hit the game-winning free throws. We see the ref right here. What is Roy looking at? Roy's checking that ref out. You're not slick, buddy. All right, guys, and here's the bracket. If you want to pause it to look at it, shaping out for the next round. Bob Pettit with the chance to bring this game a little closer in the 4th quarter. They need this free throw here desperately, and he's going to miss, and they was never able to recover. LSU goes down to Ohio State, 96-88. Duke and Marquette, though, this is a good matchup. Marquette has been bouncing people out the tournament all tournament. They beat Texas, and I think they beat Florida, it just was. And, yeah, but Doc Rivers horsing right here, getting his own rebound. Maybe should have stuck to playing instead of coaching because, he's not a good coach at all. But J.J. Redick from the corner with the 3, down 9. Kyrie with the 3. Duke's 3-point shooting is really what kept him in this game. Tatum with the brick, though, but rebound by Paolo. Kyrie, bucket, 4-point game. 6-point game in the 4th quarter. Kyrie again, he's been coming off those back screens all tournament with the three ball, and Zion Williamson bringing the game close. So 1-point game. Jimmy Butler pulling up, gonna hit it, and Kyrie Irving with the ball in the corner, down 5, needs a bucket right here to keep him in the game. 3-point game. Kyrie with a shot. Kyrie was taking this game over. I mean, he was just looking unstoppable. Pulling up again. Wasn't going to be enough. 77-87. That was the last bucket they scored. Duke got blown out by 10. And Jimmy trying to get with another reporter, bro. You are not slick, man. He only has 7 points. Why is he getting interviewed? Louisville went on to beat Virginia by 20 points to move them on to the next round. So for the next round, they're going to be playing Marquette. And, yeah, this was a tough opponent. And Marquette had the chance to bring them within single digits right here with this free throw. But yeah, just kind of got out of hand. Dwayne Wade with the layup right there. And Jimmy Butler getting interviewed by another reporter. Like, you're not slick, bro. He only has 7 points. Why is he getting interviewed? Like, why is he getting interviewed with only 7 points? He's not the player of the game. Look, he had 7 points. And we had Kansas, Ohio State. Paul Pierce with the shot. Maybe getting bailed out right there with the foul call. And that was honestly kind of a deciding factor in this game. That was a bad call by the ref. And Kansas kind of just ran with that call and won the game by 8. So, yeah, that was a really bad call. Like, there was no contact on there. So, Paul Pierce and Kansas kind of got bailed, but what are you going to do? And this led us all to our championship game at Marquette's home stadium. Marquette got really lucky with the home court advantage this tournament, so that might be another reason they're here. But Jimmy Butler, we see here, Dwayne Wade, yeah, they're playing Kansas. So it's going to be a really tough test for Marquette. Kansas is stacked. They probably have the best roster on this tournament. And, yeah, Danny Manning starts off with a dunk right there. Dwayne Wade gets fouled to give him 2 points. Mario Chalmers, out of all people, is going to go get a layup to put him up 4-2. Dwayne Wade to the bucket. Tough layup, scoring Kansas's first 4 points. Picking this up in the second quarter, Agbaji, jumper. See the halftime report, 9, 8, and 1 for Will. And Wayne was doing his thing too. But, yeah, JoJo White, guys, snapped his ankles right there. He kind of started taking this game over a little bit. Agbaji had the chance to take the lead. No, but Embiid with the board, going to dunk it. Embiid had a good dunk right there, dunking on number 44, Marquette. And, yeah, 80-80 ball game, hitting Will in the post, hitting out to JoJo White. JoJo White taking this game over. No one's ever heard of him before today, but he's taking this game over. Pull up 3. He's going to miss, but Embiid gets the board right here, puts that up, and him and Wilt were just padding stats right here. Like, look at this. They're just, here, you get the rebound. Just get your double-double, bro. You need 3 more rebounds for your double-double. Get your double-double real quick. That's what that basically was. And DeMarcus Cousins with the layup, 86-89. Jimmy Butler, 1-point game with the 2-pointer he just hit. Dwayne Wade going to the hole. Tie game, 94-93. Wilt dunking on Doc Rivers, 96-93. 2-point game right here. Paul Pierce pulling up, and that could be the dagger it's looking like. But let's see what Dwayne Wade has to do. Post fade. 5-point game, though. Kansas extending the lead too. Mario Chalmers with the ball. What are they going to do right here? Can they end the game? A bucket here seals it. Joel Embiid with the dagger. And Kansas is going to go on and be the NCAA all-time team tournament champions. Wilt Chamberlain winning the MVP for the game. So I guess we'll give him the MVP for the tournament. And Will deserve 23 points, 20 boards. I mean, that's a pretty crazy stat line right there. All right, so that's going to be the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload. And also hit that like button as well. I'll see you guys in the next one.